All right, welcome Athenian fans. We got a little special between game interview we're going to do in just a minute, but welcome to the old Athenian gymnasium as we get ready for the nightcap for tonight's game as the Athenians host the Covington Trojans in the nostalgic old gymnasium where Covington played basketball for 53 years. We do have a special interview coming up with Matt Petty, past Athenian great, played at Creighton, so he will be on in just a couple of minutes. It's Brian Saunders. I'm joined by Craig Carroll tonight, doing a fantastic job as always. Coach Carroll keeping stats and providing analysis in game. This gym is packed. The pep band is here. The Seaville Crazies have filled their section up, the student section. Covington brought a good crowd. You look around through here and you see lots of letter jackets from the past, letter sweaters. I'm sure I've already mentioned this once, but we're going to repeat some things we've said already as we get ready for the varsity basketball game. And here comes Matt Petty right now, so we're going to do that. But we'll recap some things that we've already said tonight, and yep, it'll be good. So joining me right now is past Athenian great, Indiana All-Star from the class of 1989. Matt Petty jumped in. My understanding is you're in Colorado now, so you are here visiting, maybe even just for this. I don't know. Were there other reasons to come back, Matt?
Yeah, just check on my mom and dad,
awesome.
See how they're doing.
Yeah.
And this just happened to be around the same time, and I didn't really catch on until Jeff Nelson got in touch with me, and then I figured out, then the thing caught fire, and they were like, you got to get to this thing. So
yeah. That's fantastic. Well, thanks for coming up here for a little interview time. There's just so you know, a camera off to your left here. So we are on now. There's about 338 views going on right now. So we're on. This is big time, right, from Crawfordsville, the old high school gymnasium. So just want to ask you some questions and have you share some things. So Matt graduated in 89. A couple things I know. I'm just going to confess now, look, I'm a Mountie. I married an Athenian. My kids came through, so that makes me almost an Athenian. But I remember a big sectional shot in a sectional championship game, and then, of course, you were an Indiana All-Star. So walk us through just some memories that you have, some things that stick out from coming back into this gym tonight and seeing this environment.
Well, the great thing is this hasn't changed. And walking in here, I told Pete Utterback I wanted to walk through the original spot we always walk through. But we came in on the other side. This place is, again, I like I've always said, I'm always in awe of this place. I was really little, 6 or 7 years old when we were coming to high school games here, and I remember the guys warming up, and the whole thing about it for me was special, and it's like a sacred place, and it hasn't changed, which is great.
It is great. Yeah, some memories of the biggest games. Just people would love to hear that and relive. And I said just before you got up here, but you look around and you can see people wearing their old high school letter jackets, which is pretty incredible. And then just my guess is some of them are sitting in their same seats when they watched you play here in the late 80s. So just some of your favorite memories of big games.
When we used to play, again, Jeff had Mark Julie, who's Mr. Basketball, that came in here. We beat Central Catholic when they were top 5 in the state my sophomore year. Yeah. And then obviously all the county games. And then fortunately, Lebanon had Richie Mount and myself, and we grew up together, the same age, same class. And so 2 times we played him in here. And all I remember is this: it could be like 30 below outside, and it was about 100 degrees in this place. And the more people you got in here, the better it was. And those big games, I'm telling you, the Lafayette schools would come down. Yeah. Great games against McCutcheon. So I could go on and on.
Yeah, those are great memories, and I remember a lot of those. And you and Richie Mount going toe to toe there, and then we even talked about opening up some of these windows as it heats up in here, which is exactly what they used to do. But fantastic, great student section now. I know, you also have a little bit of a unique experience for a Montgomery County athlete, and that you went to play D1 basketball at Creighton. Had some great experiences there, and then I even think of your teammate coaching now. So just share some experiences you've had recently, both in college. Well, maybe it's not quite as recent anymore, but anyway, in college, and then even following your teammate as he made a big run in the tournament a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, I mean, it all started here at Crawfordsville, and all the people and the fans and just how much they supported basketball. I mean, your love of basketball is great. And then I was fortunate enough to be able to go on and play at Creighton University for 4 years. We went to the NCAA tournament, had great success, had a lot of great teammates there. Again, a number of them are coaches. One of them, won the lottery, and he took his team, Loyola Chicago, in 2018 to the Final Four, and we rode along with him on that, and it was a great experience and lifelong, friends. But it's amazing. I come back here, and I mean, I'm sitting with some guys that I played with. I haven't seen in probably 20 or 30 years. Bill Lee's down there, guys I just haven't seen. But I'll tell you what, it's like just after practice, we're picking up and just talking like we saw each other yesterday. So that's the special thing about this.
Right. You still playing any?
No. I just play golf. I'm worried about blowing out my Achilles. I don't want to mess with that. Mess with my golf game.
Right. It's like just a great environment tonight in here, and it's fun to have you guys back, and lots of teammates and guys that you played with. I've seen them coming through as well, and that makes it really exciting. Also, you have a lot of fun. Your dad, of course, longtime coach at Wabash. My son graduated with Carson, your nephew, and so they played basketball together all the way through forever, and those were just great years. And obviously your dad had big input, even on those guys, working on their shooting and stuff. But your dad, a national championship winning coach at Wabash College. He even migrated into golf there at the end of his career as the golf coach, and still does a lot of that. So fantastic family in our community. And just what would you say to some of these? Well, here's a question for you. High school basketball has changed in the way that's done, and Craig Carroll, who's younger than us, said it's just such a different environment. Like, this is the way it used to be. Yeah. The gyms are bigger, but the crowd's not right on top of you. But this is what everybody did, and you can remember packing this gym probably for nearly every game.
Every game. I mean, Friday, Saturday, right? That's what we used to play, and it all built up to that Friday night game when it was at home here. And everybody was jacked up about it, and that was all a part, right? It's funny to say, but it's Hoosiers, right? I mean, that's what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Well, tell us about your family. What's your family now?
I have two grown daughters. One's in Philadelphia. One's in Chicago. Okay. My wife and I are empty nesters, and life is good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming up, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Take care. Thanks, guys. So there you go, Matt Petty sharing a lot of what happened.
1:30 left. With 1:30 left, we're going to run a video on here.
Okay.
Nostalgia.
All right, so great interview there with Matt Petty. Always great to hear from him and all his success in basketball. Just thankful he took time to come up and visit with us. So Coach Carroll's back on with about 1:30 to go. We have 3 minutes right now, so the horn's getting ready to sound as we get ready to start the varsity basketball game. But we got a video for you that Brandon Froge put together, kind of a nostalgic look through the years. So we're going to run that on the broadcast, and then we will bring you basketball action. But it was fun to talk to Matt, Craig. Just a ton of information, a ton of just exciting memories that he had from big games. He was the Indiana All-Star, so really did an outstanding job playing basketball for Covington. So a lot of fun to catch up with him. And then, as he mentioned, he has lots of teammates here, some guys he hasn't seen in 20 years, and they just connected like it was yesterday. Here come the Athenians on the court. In about 25 seconds, we're going to bring you this video. And then I know at halftime, we will bring an interview with Jeff Nelson. He's going to share some memories, some stories. Longtime sports writer for the Athenians. Wealth of information. Obviously, Athenians' first-time state champs. So we're getting ready to start this video now. Welcome, Crawfordsville Athenian fans, to the old Covington High School gymnasium. We get ready to bring you some special awards and commemoration for tonight's game. We're going to turn it over to Gary Lynn.
Coach Mike Schubert and his wife Jill.
Coach Mike Schubert and his wife Jill being honored tonight. Longtime Athenian fans. They're escorted out to center court by Coach Pierce, and he's got an award. Jill has a letter sweater on. Susan Ehrlich out there, the photographer for the Athenians, and many other things in this community, but certainly really helpful in that area and taking lots of pictures. She's out there getting pictures of the Schuberts.
Thank you, Mike and Jill, for all that you have done for Crawfordsville Athletics.
Mike and Jill Schubert being recognized, well-deserved, getting honored tonight.
2 team moms, 3 grandson players, and multiple great-grandson children players that currently serve, play, and bless our community. Coach Schubert, Jill, and family, the Crawfordsville community thanks you for your relentless dedication, time, and effort. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mike Schubert.
Mike Schubert has coached forever in this community, Crawfordsville Athenian basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the old Crawfordsville College Street Gymnasium for tonight's final game of the regular season. This historic facility, built during the Great Depression as part of the New Deal's Work Progress Administration, hosted its first CHS basketball game on January the 24th, 1940, as the Athenians defeated Indianapolis, Washington, 32-28. 53 years later, on February the 26th, 1993, Greencastle defeated CHS in overtime in what proved to be the final IHSAA basketball game played in the old gym. That is, until tonight. It is only fitting this evening that we welcome a longtime rival of the Athenians, the Trojans of Covington, as these two schools have squared off many times in front of packed houses in this historic gymnasium. CHS promotes good sportsmanship from our student athletes and fans. Please be courteous to those around you, especially considering the sellout crowd that we have on hand this evening. We would also like to thank the officials for tonight's contest, without whom we would not be able to enjoy this special night. Refereeing this evening are Mr. Aaron Selby, Mr. Nate Robinson, and Mr. Rodney Idleline. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing and singing of the Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's anthem is being performed by the CHS Pep Band under the direction of Mr. John Tebby. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
National anthem performed by the Crawfordsville Pep Band under the direction of Mr. John Teddy. And now we're going to get ready for the starting lineups. We'll turn it over to Gary Lynn for those introductions of each player.
At guard, the 6'1" senior, number 3, Duncan Keller. At guard, the 5'10" senior, number 4, Carver 5. At forward, the 6'1" junior, number 10, Coy Ferguson. At guard, the 5'9" junior, number 11, Austin Stein. And at forward, the 6'1" senior, number 24, Dane McCarty.
Covington in some throwback jerseys. Would you say that, Coach Carroll?
Yes, sir.
Covington High School graduate, Evan Morgan.
Trojans coached by Athenian alum Evan Morgan.
Now, your Covington Athenians.
All right, here we go, Athenian fans. Varsity basketball action, first varsity game in 30 years. Tonight as the Trojans from Covington come visiting here to take on the Athenians after a big junior varsity win by Crawfordsville, 57-25. It's Craig Carroll, and I'm Brian Saunders. We're joining you to bring tonight's broadcast to you. Nice deflection there by Cale Corsi. Tips it to Alex Sadian on the court for the Athenians. Number 10, Ethan McLemore, a junior. Number 11, Tyson Floor, a junior. Number 24, Caden Patton, another junior. Number 3, Cale Corsi. And number 34, Alex Sadian, who is a sophomore. Corsi, the senior leader for the Athenians. Playing the final regular season game here at home, but kudos to Covington and Trojan coach Evan Morgan, an Athenian alum who agreed to play the game here in the old gymnasium.
I'm sure both coaches are just probably excited to do what they do. Now coach, right?
That's right.
Get into this game. Look, both teams, Covington is coming off of a win, but both teams have lost 6 of their last 7 coming into this game. So both teams want momentum heading into next week into sectional play.
Yeah, this is an important game, a tune-up game almost, right?
Yeah.
3 was off by the Trojans, and the return 3 by McLemore, also just a little bit long. Number 3 for the Trojans, Duncan Keller, senior guard at 6'1", hits a layup for the first points of the game. Rebound chased down by Tyson Fuller.
And just as we talked in the JV game, just got to settle in, got to play your game, get those nerves out first couple of minutes. Covington is a what I would call a 3-headed monster from a standpoint of Keller, number 3, averages 11.4 a game. Ferguson averages 11.5. Tyson with a 2 right there. So again, Keller 11.4, Ferguson 11.5, and Stein 11.1. So those are their three leading scorers, all about the same.
Yeah, pretty consistent right there. For Coach Morgan, there's another bucket inside. That was number 10, Ferguson, for 2. Trojans lead 4-2. A lot of special recognition tonight, and honored the senior dancers from the talented Crawfordsville dance teams. Aaliyah Strasser, Brody Hill, Lorelei Schmitzer-Torbert, all honored as the senior dance team members at halftime of the junior varsity game. There's a deep three, and that's good by number 4, Carver Fry. Another senior guard, listed at 5'10" for the Trojans. On the court for Covington, number 3, Duncan Keller. Number 4, Carver Fry. Number 11, Austin Stein. Number 24, Dane Gerling. And I'm missing one, Coach. Number 10, Troy Ferguson.
Horsey for 3.
We need him to be hot. He's our leading scorer and certainly the leader of the Athenians, so great to get him going early. Nice defense there. Caden Patton, he knocked that off of the Covington player. Covington substitution, number 12, Kurt Slider coming into the game, a sophomore.
Yeah, so it was really interesting to see the scoring comparison for Crawfordsville. So Corsi leading the way at 12.6. Drake Burris 7.8. Macklemore 7.8. Caden Patton, who's getting more playing time now, 7.8. Tyson Fuller 7. So you got 4 guys averaging in that 7 area.
Pretty consistent there. Good job by Corsi hustling after that ball. Athenians get another possession out of that, and Tyson Fuller from the free throw line knocks that down, ties the game at 7. We've talked about this. I think nearly every seat is filled in here. You could call it. It is a sellout. We know that.
Then, yeah, I mean, if you look in the tunnels, you got people standing.
You're right. It's standing room only. Nice drive by, that's Dane Gerling, senior, 6'1", with a nice bucket, honestly. He was pretty well defended. Again, last time the Athenians played basketball in this historic gym, other than tonight's JV game, before that was 30 years ago, so last varsity game, overtime loss to Greencastle, and the win before that was against the Trojans, and the game prior to that same season, before they moved into their fantastic new facility, 93-94 school years when they made that move. First foul. First foul of the evening is on Macklemore. Drake Burris is going to check in. Where's number 5, junior guard for Crawfordsville, who plays Caden Patton. Caden's been in the starting lineup. That was a change made relatively late in the season, but it's been pretty consistent over probably, the last 5 or 6 games?
Yep. Just giving them that extra shooter. Caden plays hard. I mean,
he does. He had a bunch of offensive boards, just battling. Ahead to Drake Burris. Smart move by Drake there, just going straight up with the shot instead of driving all the way to the bucket and possibly giving up a foul there, a charge. Wise move, so ties the score back at 9. I'm thinking this might be the case for the whole evening. What do you think?
Yeah.
Just a tight game.
I think it's going to be a tight game.
Letting him play, getting a little physical out there, a lot of contact. Covington player ends up on the court, but no harm, no foul. We're already almost all the way through this first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. Oh, man.
Of course, him with the body.
Yeah, of course he blocked him with the hand, but it definitely got him with the body. That's Cale's first foul. Team foul number 2. That'll put number 24. And that is Dane Gerling at the line to shoot 2. He's long in the first. Almost got the bounce. Luckily, it was almost.
On the season, Covington comes in at 73% free throw shooting team, so not bad for the team.
No
average.
kidding. He's good on the second, gives Covington a 1-point lead. McLemore inbounds to 4, right back to McLemore to bring the ball up the court. Now Burris handles, looking for mismatches. The Athenians, but Burris is wide open for 3, and he can knock those down, and he does. Big shot by Drake Burris, actually 5 quick points out of Drake since he's come into the game. We know he can shoot. Great job by the junior. McLemore had to jump over and play some defense on Gurling.
It's going to be his second.
Oh, that's right. Probably get Patton back in there. Yep, he's up off the bench. Gurling will go to the line to shoot 2. Trojans are yet to foul. Athenians have 3. Patton in, McLemore out with those 2 fouls. Good on the second. Tie game, 12-12. Another tie. Sadian handling back to Corsi. Fuller underneath the Sadian. Pretty well defended there, double team, so he kicks it back out. Good move by the sophomore. He's begging for the ball as he posts up under there. Doing a nice job, but Athenians not able to get the ball inside to him. Fuller open for 3. His feet weren't set because he was moving, but he probably would have shot that.
Oh, not there.
Now they get it inside to Sadian. And yeah, he got fouled. That ball was left short. Got to put Alec at the line shooting 2. And the first foul on the Trojans. That's Gurling's first foul. Obviously the first team foul on Covington.
When I was given average points for the guys, I forgot Sadian. He has average second leading score on the team with 9.1.
Okay.
So my apologies.
I thought he was nearly double digits, so just off on that free throw. Caden Underwood, senior, wearing number 33, checks in for Crawfordsville. And
of course, he came out.
Cardenas is going to check in for Fuller. Zeke, another senior, wearing number 20. Coach Pierce making some substitutions here early, keep guys' legs fresh. Sadian good on the second, gives Crawfordsville a 1-point lead. Just under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Athenians coming in 8-13. We've talked about this a little bit. 3-4 in the conference, right? Finished 4th.
Yep.
Sure would like to get a dub here to end the season, the regular season. As you mentioned, heading into the sectional, good rebound. And ball is tipped, but that's going to be the quarter. 13-12, Athenians lead after 1. We'll give you some first quarter stats in just a minute, but I want to give special thanks to the people who really made this happen, had a vision for it. I know the community has been talking about it for years, and the administrators made it happen. So that's Dr. Scott Bowling, Superintendent of Crawfordsville Community Schools, Dr. Rex Riker, the Associate Superintendent, the Principal at Crawfordsville High School, Mr. Jay Strickland, the Athletic Director at CHS, longtime Athletic Director, Mr. Bryce Barton. I saw he was given kudos by Bruce Whitehead, who was also the prior longtime Athletic Director for Crawfordsville High School, just in making this happen. This game happened on this night. And then the guys who've done a lot of work, in addition to Mr. Barton, really getting the facility ready, making lots of trips over here, getting things in place. It was Mr. Sean Gerald and Mr. Nathan O'Neill. So great job to that team, people. I'm positive about this, Craig. when you mention people, I know I'm leaving somebody out.
Absolutely. Yep.
So thank you to the rest of the team with Crawfordsville Schools in making this happen. Crawfordsville ball to start the second quarter for inbounds to Patton. Got a packed student section. That's probably a bigger crowd than we have at the high school, I would think.
Yep.
Oh, Patton with a good look, but Fuller with the offensive board. And there's Burris. Long in that three, rebound to the Trojans. They're going to push it ahead here. Growing passes over to Slider, but that ball is intercepted by Corsi. Drives it all the way in and goes for the dunk. Rebound to Burris. The putback is good. There's a lot of contact on the dunk. I think maybe even a little bit of a block that went on there. Corsi would have thrown that down easily, but there was definitely some contact. He got up. Nice job by Patton. You mentioned earlier, just brings some energy to the team. To Covington substitution, Urban Rourks and I thought number 12. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Number 12, Kurt Slider in there. Rourks checked in. I think I got that wrong, didn't I? 11.
11,
Stein.
10, 15. Yeah.
Okay. It's a name we had not called. I think he was in early. Nice shot by number 3, Keller. Again, you said he's their leading scorer, though. They got 3 guys that average about the same numbers. Burris checking with Coach Pierce. Gets it to Sadian. Coach Pierce calling the play. Inside to Corsi. Pass was deflected, but Fuller is wide open for 3. He knocks it down. Nice job by Fuller. Athenians take a 4-point lead, 18-14. 6:23 to go in the second quarter. 3 fouls on the Athenians, 1 team foul on the Trojans. There's a wide open look for Covington, and that shot's off. Fuller chases down the rebound, pushes ahead, dishes to Sadian. From the elbow, Patton is just a little short. Rebound to Keller. Wide open look for Rourks, and he knocks it down. Coach Pierce going to encourage his team to play a little better defense.
Yep, transition defense right there, just to get matched up. Also, I think he was a little frustrated that Alec didn't be more aggressive when he got the first pass down there. It looked like he had a layup.
It really was right underneath with one guy on him, right? And he's, Alec, only a sophomore, but as we mentioned earlier in the JV game, full year of experience nearly. So he can do that. We've seen him score a lot from right there. Just maybe a little tentative, so I'm sure he'll be encouraged to shoot. We had some exciting things happen in that JV game. Senior manager Derek Goebel has suited up for the Athenians tonight. He's got into the JV game, and what did he do, Craig? Took his first shot, and the result was he knocked it in. Knocked it down.
About a 15-footer. I mean, not an easy shot, but did a great job there.
Great job, and then he missed one. He got the board and kicked it back out to him, knocked down a 3.
Knocked down 3, yep. 5 points.
Yeah, so really exciting to watch Derek get in to some action, some live action tonight. Covington basketball out of the timeout. We'll see what adjustments Coach Pierce made. I think that was an encouragement timeout. Burris bringing the ball up the court for Crawfordsville, leading by 1 after the made 3-pointer from the Trojans. Wide open look for Rourks. Corsi back to Burris on the drive, kicks it to Sadian. Oh, not a little off on that shot. Duncan Keller handling right now for the Trojans. Keller across to Stein, who that ball's knocked away, ends up with Burris, who gets it to Fuller, who is pushing the ball tonight. Great drive. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. I think if we had that little, what's that circle called?
Yeah, the cylinder.
Yeah. He was pretty far underneath, at least from my vantage point. Nonetheless, foul on the Athenians. That's our 4th team foul. First one on Fuller. Athenians leading by 1, 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Two-pointers off. Sadie, nice job reaching for that long rebound. Of course, he has a good look at the 3, passes it up. Back to Burris. Of course, he looking inside, trying to get to Sadian.
Yep, just being patient right now, seeing what the defense will give them.
Patton looking underneath, trying to get to Sadian. Is just really not open there. Inside to Corsi, back out to Burris for the jumper, and that's off. But Patton knocks it away from the Covington player, number 11. Comes away with the board. Oh, yep, he shuffled. Sadian leaned into his guy, expected there to be contact. He wasn't there, and that's when you shuffle your feet, right?
Yep. The third Athenian turnover in the half so far.
Great crowd, great environment. The Seville Crazies are right across the gym from us. Nice block by Sadian. Burris tips it to Corsi, who's going to drive all the way in. And there's a blocking foul, and it looked like Corsi went around. I thought so too, which makes the defender have to shuffle his feet a little bit. That's going to be Covington's second foul. It's the first foul on number 11, Stein. Of course, he's going to shoot 2 here for Crawfordsville. Again, at halftime, Jeff Nelson will join us to share some stories from games played in this gymnasium and memories that he has, and I'm sure ultimately articles that he wrote. He's written a couple recently that were fantastic. Cody Emerson also has done a great job for the Journal in covering some articles prepared in preparation for this, so kudos to Cody as well. Sadie able to knock that ball away as Covington tried to look inside. Short jumper is off, and there's going to be a foul on Crawfordsville. Trying to come up with the offensive board, but like the hustle. Coach Pierce clapping his hands. He's happy that Sadie was looking for a shot.
First foul on Burris.
We need Sadie. Sorry about that. We need Sadie to score, right?
Yeah,
He's got your second leading scorer.
He kept attacking. They never really stopped him. I mean, he's got a 5-footer right there in front of the lane and just missed it. But you want that aggressiveness out of him.
Duncan Keller for 3, and that shot's off. Good job by Burris saving it. Patton pushes ahead to 4. Across to Corsi for the wide open 3, and he knocks it down. 3-pointer by Cale Corsi. Great job. 6-point Athenian lead. Was a 1-point game. Dive by Keller. Oh, I thought it was a block, but he got some arm. Tyson Fuller is going to pick up another foul. McLemore already on the bench with 2. Is that going to be Fuller's second? 2:44 to go in the second quarter. Coach Pierce has to make a decision.
Yeah, both guards have 2.
Yeah,
so.
That's a big deal. Stay tuned for that. Caden Underwood's going to check into the game, replacing Fuller. I thought so. A little hesitation there. Good move. 2:44. That's a long time to play with.
Yeah.
Not picking up your third.
Yep.
Keller good. 5-point game. Good on that second one.
So I'm assuming Corsi bringing the ball up.
I would guess.
Probably as your point guard here. Nope, KP. It looks like, they're in man-to-man here still. Athenians up by 5. Big 2.5 minutes here.
Underwood handling the ball right now. Gets it to Corsi. Athenians run their motion. Burris is open.
Yeah, nice.
That shot's off. This is Ferguson with the drive, and it's good in the lane. Really goes coast to coast there. 23-20 is the score. Corsi for three, knocks it down again. Nothing but net. Timeout. Coach Morgan for the Trojans. Not happy with Corsi being that wide open. Back to a 6-point lead for Crawfordsville. 2:04 to go here in the second quarter. I was reading some of the neat, posts on Facebook over the last couple days, and it was mentioned Ken Roberts, who I know played for Ladoga High School back in the day, but there's a great picture of the gym, and he's at the free throw line. It says in the 1949 Montgomery County tournament game. So Ken will be 93 years old next month.
Wow.
I wonder if he might be one of the oldest to have played. You'd have to think he's one of the oldest, but to have played in this gymnasium in the Montgomery County tournament, when I'm sure that was a packed house before any of the consolidation happened, consolidation of South and North schools, and changing the school district boundaries for Crawfordsville, but exciting times.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and just a neat environment. So kudos to Ken Roberts and that awesome picture that's out there.
And like you stated during the JV game, just the amount of people in their Letterman jackets, the amount of people that are reconnecting probably after many, many years, how this has just brought people together, and nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. They find underneath. Caden Patton with good defense there. And Sadian.
And a good block out there, too.
You're right, which allowed Sadian to get the board. Ooh. Turnover back to Covington, though. Number 4 able to come up with the ball. That's Carver Phi. Well, and Matt Petty noted it. You know what? Nothing's changed. He's back after 30 years, and really he graduated 89, so longer than that. Little short jumper there, good by Ferguson. 4-point game now, 26-22, but Matt commented, hey, it's the same environment now. The community's out here. Covington brought a nice crowd. Just a lot of excitement in this gym. Patton with 3, but that's off. Rebound to Ferguson. Oh, there's going to be a foul. I thought he might have drug his foot, but the foul's going to be called on Drake Burris.
His second.
So nearly all the guards have 2 fouls. It's going to put Ferguson at the line to shoot 2. Oh, 1-1. That was called on the floor. 17 foul for the Athenians. He's going to get his bonus shot after knocking down the first. Ferguson good on both. 2-point ball game. Caden Underwood in for Zeke Cardenas.
Ferguson's up to 8 points for Covington.
KP, as you mentioned earlier, bringing the ball off the court for the Athenians with both McLemore and Fuller out. 2 fouls apiece, and now Burris. Oh, there's a good shot by Corsi's off on that 3. Rebound to Gerling. There's Duncan Keller for 3. That's off, but Gerling with the putback. Just didn't get a block out on him. He was able to put it back, score it, and go to the line for the and one. Tie game, 47 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It was a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. Burris over to Underwood, looking underneath for Sadian. Can't quite get it there. Pretty physical play with Gerling putting a lot of body on Sadian. Sadian with a leaning screen there. Knocked out of bounds by Gerling. It'll be Crawfordsville basketball. McLemore's going to check in here with 25 seconds to go, replacing Underwood in the Athenian lineup.
So here you just got to put some trust in your junior guard. Don't pick up that third. Nice little play there.
Nice shot. Was that 2 or 3?
Yeah, 2 for Corsi.
Okay, I thought he was inside, but could not see his feet.
And now Emac just got to show those hands and not pick up a foul here.
Yeah, they went cheap with 9 seconds to go. Get a hand up. He's going to drive it from the free throw line. That was Stein. Knocks that down. 1 second to go. There's the heave. Over the backboard. So we'll go into halftime. Just like we didn't play a game. 28 all. We did play a game. Great first half. We said it was going to be tight. 28-28 is pretty tight. So we're going to go into halftime here. Tied up. Why don't you run through some stats maybe before we get to the interview with Jeff Nelson. I do not see him heading this direction, so he might have a little time to get that in.
All right, so 28-28 here at half. I got Kel Corsi with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. Drake Burris with 7. Tyson Fuller with 7. And Alex Sadian with 1. We are 5 of 13 from 3 so far in this game. And then really quick for them, Keller with 5. Number 4 with 3. Ferguson has 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Stein with 2. Rourke's with 2. Gerling has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far for their score. And they are 2 of 5 from 3.
They have knocked down very many threes.
Yep.
So great job. Sorry to put you on the spot there. Didn't even let you add up any scores, but great job doing that on the fly. I wanted to do it before the dance team performs. Covington dance team will perform here for the halftime show. And then we'll have Jeff Nelson on.
Where they play 7th in the nation. The Blue Rouges are coached by Athenian alums Tammy Hubbard-Haas, Kristen Coons-Miller, Harley Coons, and Emily Daly. Let's hear it for our award-winning Blue Rouge dance team.
Everybody to go wild, wild west. West Coast.
Dancers, and then they're doing another thing too. I think there's one more entertainment thing, and then they're doing the coaches whatever you want. Sure. Oh, actually, we have that thing on. What's that? We have that thing on. Yes, yes. I know. You guys had it once long. I had to blow off the radio station. I never figured it was going to cost you guys that long. No big deal.
All right, welcome back, Athenian fans. Joined now, as promised, by Mr. Jeff Nelson, longtime sports writer. We think there might be another quick presentation here, Jeff, but welcome.
Well, thank you. It's just been an amazing week. You know, I mean, I know how hard from talking with Bryce Barton and everybody, knowing the incredible amount of work that has gone into this night. You know, and then now to have this all come to such wonderful fruition.
It's fantastic.
You know, as promised, it is hot. It is good and hot, and it's good and crowded at the old Crawfordsville Gym. It's exactly what it's supposed to be like on a basketball Friday night.
That's right. And we got a great game going on, too.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Tied at the end of the first quarter, tied at the end of halftime. So, you know, and the Athenian JV came up with a big win. So, you know, we'll see what happens. The last time these two teams played on this floor, it was a Crawfordsville win. It was in 1993.
Yeah.
It was the next to last home game here. They played Covington, and they called it Nostalgia Night 30 years ago. So what do we call it tonight? Nostalgia? You know, or Nostalgia 2 or Deuce or something. But yeah, and then the next week they played the last game of the career of the history of this building, and against Greencastle, which they lost in overtime.
Yeah. Which was also a great game, of course.
Phenomenal. Darren Haas hit a 3 at the buzzer to send it to overtime. You know, and like I wrote in my story, you know, if this had been a scripted movie, he hits the 3, the lights go out, and everybody goes home. You know, that would have been the perfect way to end the history of this magnificent building. You know, that lived for 53 years in the heart, in the heart of Indiana basketball history. Because I have, you know, in the research I've been doing, and of course what you know for years, this facility, this building, was so much a part of Indiana high school basketball history. You know, the 1911 championship team didn't play on this floor, but they played in the building on the other side of the wall. You know, and then all of the, you know, Oscar Robertson played a game on this floor. You know, Billy Shepard, we figured it was probably at least 5, maybe 6 Mr. Basketballs.
Wow.
Played at least one game on this floor. We could not even come close to counting the number of All-Staters that played on this floor. And then you start to talk about the All-County or the All-Conference. My goodness, you know. And then, like I, you know, as I close out my story with, you know, thousands. of others, you know, that just had the memory of playing in this wonderful spot. You cannot. You need to, anybody, I'm telling anybody, you go find somebody that played in the county tournament and you want to talk about immense and intense memories. Coming to this place to play, totally and amazingly unbelievable what it's like. 50 years, it's been 50 years since they played that county tournament. And I would have sworn that it happened day before yesterday.
So amazing.
Presentation. Yep. Now here comes some of these guys. Bruce Whitehead was the ticket manager for a few years here, and then was the athletic director at the end of the history of this building, and moved the athletic department to the new high school. Okay. And so he has been an incredible help in the history of what went on, of the things that happened. You know that there's those 2 old gyms underneath this floor. You know, one of them was supposed to be a pool. They ran out of money, so they turned it into another small gym with 8-foot baskets, where guys like Brent Harris and the little guys in the world all learned how to dunk. You know, they all learned how to dunk. And so there's Bruce, and now the ladies that are just walking out are the family of former Coach Paul Curtis. Okay, Coach, was physically not able to attend tonight. We were hoping that he was going to make it, and Coach Curtis, of course, coached from 1970 to 1981. This is the lady in pink is his wife, Dottie, and then those are his daughters, Debbie and Dawn. So they are representing Coach Curtis. Next gentleman just walking out is Gary Lester. Gary he won the last sectional championship in this building in 1989 when a guy named Petty, this kid named Petty, hit a 3 at the buzzer at North on his birthday to win the section.
I remember that clearly.
I've still got the tape. So
you do.
Yes. So now the next gentleman walking out is Brad Acton. Brad was the coach here on the last season. Actually coached the last 2 seasons here, and then coached for several more years at the new gymnasium. So Coach Acton was the last coach here, first coach at the new place. So those 2 gentlemen and Coach Curtis, who is still alive, are the last 3 living last 3 Crawfordsville coaches who coached in this building.
How fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Jeff, loved your stories too leading up to this. Just great job. You and Cody both, but really appreciated one of the pictures you showed, and I mentioned this. Ken Roberts was actually shooting that ball in the county tournament. He turns 94 next month, and just remembers playing in this.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, that's
county tournament.
And just like I said, Brian, here's the deal. As now, this is Matt McCarty, who owns the single game scoring record at this gym and the new gym.
Yeah.
He scored. He hit 42 against Central Catholic. Hit 10 for 10 from the three-point range, which is still a state record. It is still the best game in the state of Indiana history. So, and then he went to the new gym and dropped 57 on Frankfurt.
57. I remember that game.
Which was the most points scored in a game that entire season in the state of Indiana.
Wow.
So. And the only guy that scored more points than Matt McCarty is the guy that just walked out there, and that's Matt Petty. Petty is the guy that hit that jump shot, as we talked about. He's the son of former Wabash coach Mac Petty. And our best wishes to Coach Petty, who's recovering from fairly major surgery, but he'll getting back on the golf course pretty soon.
I'm sure.
And also, best wishes to his mom, Gloria.
Yep.
But these two guys are the top two scorers in Crawfordsville basketball history. So, two of the most amazing young men. Growing up, I was so blessed to have these guys literally back to back.
Yep.
Matt graduated in '89, and Matt Petty graduated in '89, and Matt McCarty graduated in '94. And so these two guys provided us with so many incredible nights, so many incredible games here, and especially coming into this place, you say nobody's going to beat us. Nobody's going to beat us. That's the way Crawfordsville was. I mean, Lafayette Jeff came down here. It wasn't with these guys, but it happened. Lafayette Jeff was ranked number 1 in the state, came down here, and Coach Sorrell's team beat the number 1 ranked team with Mr. Basketball. They had a Mr. Basketball, beat them, and so and there was never a game that Crawfordsville team, fans, coaches, players, media. Not a game that they didn't think they were going to win.
Yeah.
Every game. And this place was such a home court advantage. And you talk about the little bitty locker rooms.
Yeah.
And now. I mean, you're in a long sleeve shirt. You got to be sweating like crazy.
It's pretty warm.
I remember. I vividly remember Friday nights when they would open the doors and hopefully a little cold air would blow in from outside. And Coach Lester talked about one night. They were playing Southmont.
Yeah.
He said it was so hot during the JV game. He walked outside, to just get some cool air, just get a breath of fresh air. He said he walked across the street. So I don't know if he walked. Doesn't matter which way he walked east or west. Doesn't make any difference. So he walked across the street, and he said, I turned around. He said, and every light was on in this old palace. He said every light. He said, and the noise coming out of it was unbelievable, and all of the sidewalks were still full of people walking in because it was during the JV game, and they were coming up, hopefully trying to squeeze a spot into the last 1,500 places, for the varsity game. He said, there is nothing. He said, I've been nowhere in my life anywhere that I would not trade that for. He said, that was Hoosier history.
Yeah.
That's what Indiana high school basketball is all about.
Well, you said it. Crawfordsville is such an important place in that history of basketball in general.
The first game of basketball played outside of Springfield, Massachusetts. Dr. Naismith invented basketball in Springfield.
Yeah.
One of his assistants at, I believe it was their YMCA, it could be a different organization, but I believe it was their YMCA, his assistant came out here to Crawfordsville because he knew a person involved with one of the churches came out just for kind of like a camp sort of deal, and all of a sudden it brought the game.
Yeah.
He brought the game. So the first basketball game in the nation outside of Springfield, Massachusetts, was played in Crawfordsville. At the old interurban building, which is where that's historical landmark is at, and that's where they played for many years. Yeah. I thought that's where Crawfordsville High won their first state championship. I thought they played out of there. No, they played out of this gym.
Okay.
There was a gym floor set up on the stage in the auditorium, and that's where that team was. So that, as best we can tell, and this is with Bruce Whitehead, who knew and knows, He said they might have played one game. He said they might have played Wingate or somebody down there for a bigger crowd or whatever, but he said otherwise, no. He said they played literally on the other side of the wall from where we're standing. Wow. So the first state champion. So you talk about the first game, the first state champion, all the things that happened, and then this place for 53 years, was just a holding place. And I just could not. There's one comment I've got to repeat. It came from Bill Boone. He said, this building, every block oozes history, and it's held together by mortar of memories. He said every brick and everything in this place represents an era of incredible basketball memories. So.
Outstanding. Thank you. Your personal favorite memory? I realize that can be a little dangerous, right? Because you've written about so many, but what sticks out in your mind is
wow.
One
in this building in this building. Yeah. Wow. That Haas 3 certainly stands up there. I've got to think probably it was the night that they beat undefeated Central Catholic.
Yeah. Okay.
Undefeated, and CC came in and they were rolling. Yeah. Crawfordsville had been ranked, but lost a real nail biter to Western Boone just a week or two before that. And this place was jam packed with people. Yeah. And we beat an unbeaten Central Catholic team who went on to I think get to the semi-state or something, because that was still single class basketball time. And oh my gosh, I'll tell you what, I'm a Catholic, so I can tell a joke. I said, there's a bunch of angry Catholics that went up there that night. I mean, I know they weren't all gathered, but I'll tell you what, this place was bedlam. It was bedlam. People were so happy, and those Central Catholic people were so angry. So yeah, that's got to be one of those. There were a couple finger waggings and a couple of fish shakings and things like that might have gone on in addition to all that. So that's certainly got to stand out as one of the best.
And I'm an old wrestler, so I remember this. Covington sectionals, Covington regionals.
And then how many times did you end up on the smaller than regulation size mat in the middle of the floor?
Yes.
They had to take the chairs out on both ends and put the mats down, and then they put a smaller than regulation mat in the middle. And then if these guys got a little too far off the mat into the other mat, they sometimes let them wrestle an extra couple of feet outside the ring before they would stop play. So
you're right.
Yeah. No, great memories about everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Jeff, and great job just sharing those. And again, your articles are fantastic.
Thank you.
We live in that, so outstanding.
Well, it's a nice part having put a lot of this stuff together. Hopefully it'll present, it'll be a written record now for a generation or two, in 30, 40 years when they come back and have the 60th anniversary of this place closing. They'll go back and look at it and say, hey, here's all of Jeff's articles. At least we can start from there.
That's right.
And figure that they're moderately accurate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good
absolutely.
enough.
Hey, thank you very much.
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
always, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for what you've done to athletes and sports in Montgomery County.
It's an honor to be here.
Beyond. Yeah.
It's an honor to be here, buddy.
Thankful for you.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Back to action. Go Athenians.
That's right. And there we go, starting off the second half with a lead. With the lead there, basket there. So Athenians lead 30-28. Craig Carroll's going to jump back on here. Appreciate Mr. Jeff Nelson going up and sharing. There's a three-pointer. That's Austin Stein for the Trojans. Knocking down three, gives them a 1-point lead. Is that the first lead they've had in a while, Craig?
It is, yes.
Okay. Again, Athenians knocking down the ball. A little crazy there to start the half, but there's Corsi for three, and he knocks it down. Stays hot from three. Great to have Jeff Nelson on. You talk about a wealth of effort. I didn't say a word for like 7 minutes there, because he has so much knowledge and so much history and so many great stories to share. So he just did a fantastic job. Rebound to the Athenians, gets it to Fuller. Nice little pass, we're going to call that to Patton. Little turnaround jumper short into the hands of Ferguson for the Trojans. These, Craig, you and I say this every time. These first couple minutes are really important, though, to get off to a great start.
It is, yep, absolutely. Coming out of half, You know, right now Athenians are +2. Corsi for another 3, just off.
It was online, but yep, a little flat maybe, a little flatter than those couple shots before that. So rebound to 4 though, so teams will get another shot at it. McLemore kicks over to KP. Fuller thinks about it, passes up a couple opportunities. There's Corsi, a floater, and yep. Covington able to knock that off of KP, and Blake Burris is going to check in for Caden Patton. He'll take a seat on the bench.
Like you stated in that first quarter, I just think this is going to be just tight all the way through. But I think the largest lead so far tonight, Crawfordsville 6. So it's just, I just think we're in for a tight contested game all the way through here.
Hey, we got a packed house, great game. As Matt Petty said earlier, it's the same feel as it was 30 years ago. That's fantastic. Covington being patient. Ferguson handling now. Skip pass. Goes to Ferguson, tries to drive. Good defense by the Athenians. Good man-to-man defense. There's a drive from Stein.
Two-point basket.
Stein so far with 5 this quarter alone.
So I thought he's got them all, doesn't he? Of course, he can't get it. Good job by, that should be Crawfordsville basketball. Nice job. Yep. That was a heads-up play. Of course, he could not touch that again. And McLemore was able to knock it off the Covington player so that Crawfordsville could keep possession.
Yeah, just a little loose with the ball so far. I mean,
yeah. Turnover. Oh man, that was. I know that charge blocking foul is that the toughest call for them to make?
I think so. Yeah.
I felt like the contact was initiated by the offensive player, but I don't know how the rule goes. In any case, the official did not see it that way, so it'll be an and-one attempt here for Duncan Keller. I assume he's leading them in scoring.
Yes.
He hit the free throw. Timeout. Coach Pierce taking a timeout here. Athenians down 3, 36-33. I hope you enjoyed all the halftime entertainment there, the Crawfordsville cheerleaders, as well as the dance team, again recognizing their 3 seniors tonight, Aaliyah Strasser, Brody Hill, Lorelei Schmitzer-Torbert. Great job by the award-winning dance team.
Placed 7th in the nation. I heard that during halftime.
Okay.
7th in the nation.
Not hear that. That's impressive.
Yes.
They just year after year are an award-winning dance team, and you brought it up. I think I was doing the JV game. We've been doing this a while tonight, but just said the amount of work they put in is tremendous.
Yep, they do a great job. Ms. Haas does a wonderful job just leading that program. And you know what? They bring so much energy to a game, too. So our cheerleaders do a great job.
Yes.
Band does a great job.
Yep.
I mean,
Seaville Crazies are loaded up tonight and having fun. They had a little halftime shooting contest. I think maybe Sadie Walker won it looked like.
Yes, yep, she did.
So that's impressive. Covington showing up tonight. Again, kudos to them. Some other exciting things going on. Senior manager Derek Goebel suited up for the Athenians tonight, got into the JV game, scored 5 points, knocked down a big 3, knocked down his first shot, about a 15-foot two-pointer. Athenians inbounding here. McLemore gets it into 4. Back to McLemore. Good job breaking the press. Across to Corsi. Oh, man, he's got the and-one attempt. You know what? He hesitated, too, and that's probably what allowed that to happen, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think going back the last couple of games against Danville Central Catholic, it's a good first half. It's been that struggle third quarter. So
that's a great point. That's because we've been in the game, for 5 in a row, but they've not gone our way. Because you're right, and see if the Athenians can get over that hurdle tonight. Certainly playing hard defense. A wide open shot, pretty far off. Oh, they're going to say Corsi knocked that out of bounds, but I'll say the official was all the way across. I mean, he was not out of position. Just tough angle.
Tough angle, yeah.
To see, I think, the diving Covington player knock it out. But in any case, those calls go both ways. Good job by Corsi, almost knocking that away from Ferguson. Keller gets it across to Phi. Ferguson driving. Layup is good. Able to get in the lane. Athenians pushing it for sure. There's McLemore with the floater. He knocks it down. Ties the score at 38. Coach Carroll wanted a close game, and he's going to get one.
I don't know if I necessarily wanted a close
game. Okay, I thought you were saying that.
Yeah, but we're going to get one.
We want an Athenian dub, right?
That's right.
That's what we're hoping for tonight. Good job off the errant pass. Corsi's able to come up with that. Goes for three, and he knocks it down in front of the Seville Crazies. And they go crazy. Duncan Keller looking to get it inside. Can't. There's nothing there. Good defense by Sadian and McLemore. They're able to get inside. There's turnaround jump. That's blocked by Tyson Ford. Shot attempt by Gerling. Oh, man. And there's a really hard foul on McLemore. They were not going to give up an easy bucket, but he comes up smiling even though his mouthpiece got knocked out of his mouth. Kudos to McLemore. Officials doing a good job now, maybe talking about the extra, probably physical effort given to not give up an easy bucket. McLemore should go to line shooting two. Athenians lead by 3, 41-38.
One up, a little hard.
I don't want to miss thanking Mr. Gerald and obviously Coach Rhett Welliver for this broadcast. They've done a lot of work in making sure we'd be set up and hardwired in so that we can bring you this broadcast of this historic game. McLemore good on the second. 4-point Athenian lead, 2:20 to go here in the third quarter.
A little better run and jump action here by the Athenians.
Little return of the hard foul, not give up an easy bucket to Slider. We're going to give that foul to Corsi.
His third.
That's something to keep an eye on here. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Second team foul. 2 also on the Trojans. Slider at the line shooting 2. Good on the first.
Just 1 of 2. McLemore pushing the ball here in transition. Over to Corsi. Back up to McLemore calling a play here. Covington still in the man-to-man defense here.
Fuller across to McLemore. He's looking inside. He finds Sadian. Nice find. Oh, man. Alec got it up quick. Good shot. Good look from Emac. Those would have been 2 points nice to have, but in any case, let's get a stop here and go get them. Great effort here by the Athenians. Need to get a stop defensively. Good defense by Burris. McLemore with the rebound. He skies for it. Burris across half court. Ooh. A little hot on that pass, but McLemore able to handle it.
He has some of the best hands in the conference.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was foul. Absolutely does. Really talented athlete. Number 10, Ferguson picks up the foul on the Trojans. Almost as far away in this court as you can get from the bucket. But trying to create a turnover. Forward to bring the ball back across half court.
All right, now a little bit of run and jump from.
Yeah, Coach Morgan taking a page right out of Coach Pierce's book. Burris has it knocked back to him, and the turnaround jumper's off. Pretty good look at it. Keller driving, lots of
Contact, yeah.
really lots of contact by Fuller. Good job, but that ball gets knocked away from Corsi. There's going to be a foul, I think, on Fuller.
It's going to be his third.
Immediate foul on number 11, Fuller. That's his third. Team foul number 3.
So we got Corsi with 3, Fuller with 3, team third.
And we got 3-point lead.
Yeah, a lot of threes.
Threes are wild. 25 seconds to go here in the quarter. Ferguson trying to drive, but nothing there with McLemore playing defense on him. Number 10 guarding number 10. Good job by Burris knocking that away, but unfortunately into the hands of the Trojans. There's Keller on the drive, and that's off. Good defense. Corsi comes away ahead to Sadian, and he is able to get control of the ball, knock it down right at the buzzer. Great sequence there, right?
That was.
A lot of good things happened for the Athenians. 44-39 is the score at the end of 3 quarters of play. So at the end of the first quarter, it was a 1-point lead for Crawfordsville. Tied up at halftime, 28 all. And so now at the quarter break, the Athenians have their largest lead at the quarter break.
Yeah.
Not of the game, but we'll take it.
You know, obviously Coach Pierce knows what he's doing, but he took that timeout. We were down 3 with about 4 minutes to go there. Really turned the tide there, got them calmed down, took better care of the ball the last half of that quarter. Very important there. So.
Yeah, really well done. Really well done there with that timeout.
So fourth quarter here, you know, I know we talk about it a lot, but
yeah,
get a good start here to this quarter. You're on defense, so you're always calling for a defensive stop, first possession, you know. They're over there drawing something up, going to go to a play, and so you just want to get a stop here and get that rebound and push on offense.
Pretty important to do and get a really great start. The Covington basketball out of the start the fourth quarter. On the court for the Athenians, Burris, Sadian, McLemore, Fuller, and Corsi. Ferguson, Phi handling the ball right now. Gets it to their senior leader, Duncan Keller. Almost a little shuffle going on, it looks like. That little motion offense.
Yep.
Covington being patient here, so we look for somebody cutting. There's Ferguson in the lane, and he tosses one up. Battle for the rebound, ends up. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I think his whistle broke on that official, but in any case, going to be a foul on the Athenians.
It's his fourth foul.
Yeah, that was a big foul. That's number 4 on Fuller. 7:14 to go. Fourth quarter just started. That'll bring KP back into the game for the Athenians. Caden Patton jumps in there, replacing Fuller. Fuller's been playing some great defense, as he always does. Good stop the baseline drive there. Sadian did a nice job. KP's going to pick up foul, and that will put Phi at the line. Carver Phi, the senior guard, he'll be going to the line to shoot 2. Patton's second foul. It's the 5th team foul on the Athenians.
They've almost taken a minute off the clock here on this possession. First shot up, no good. Second shot is up, and it is no good. Andy Mack with the rebound, pushes transition. Burris for a 3. It's going to be off. And that is going to be out on Covington. So it'll be Crawfordsville ball out on the side over in front of the student section.
Nice to make this possession count, score on this possession.
Especially when Covington took a minute off the clock there and didn't score. I mean,
and,
that's...
Yeah, it came away empty, right? That's a big deal. Burris into EMAC.
Coach calling a play here. Little run and jump now by Covington.
Sadian to Burris in a tough spot. Burris back to Sadian. Oh, man, that's just off. But KP with the rebound. And the putback is good. 7-point Crawfordsville lead. 6:23 to go in the game.
His first scoring of the night.
Good time. Duncan Keller for three. He knocks it down.
30-second timeout here by Covington.
Coach going to reset his guy. Coach Morgan is going to reset his guys there. He was encouraging a little better defensive effort out of a couple of them. But in any case, was that a three?
It was a three.
Yeah, that's a big three. So 42-46 now, 4-point lead. At what point do you feel good about bringing a player back in, or does it depend on what's going on? Who has 4 fouls?
Depends on the player.
It's 4 who's probably your best defender.
Yeah, so one, how much are they going to be guarding ball? I mean, there's ways of putting them in without, might switch him to where he's not guarding the guy on the ball. But it really comes down to trust. How much do you trust him? Because, I bet Coach is going to try to, my guess, get it around 4, about halfway through the 4th, and then put him in. You might even do some offense, defensive substitute, situational subbing here. Again, not that you want to be in this test, but just a good opportunity for next week, going into the sectional. You might get someone out or in foul trouble. So 1-2-2 press. 1-2-2 press here by Covington.
Corsi, Burris, and Macklemore able to get it across. There's a lot of contact there by Ferguson. I don't think Coach Morgan wanted him to foul right there, but let's get those hands out. In any case, that's the 4th team foul and Ferguson's 2nd foul. KP, oh my goodness, almost worked, but a well-timed jump by Gerling. Able to knock that ball actually off Caden Patton. Cardenas will come in. Probably a little bit of offense for defense going on.
Offense team right
already with 6 to go here. Zeke Cardenas, hard-nosed, strong, senior. He will stop the ball here and then be aggressive on the boards as well. That three-pointer just long, tough rebound. Wow. Turnover, an easy bucket there for Covington. Makes it a 2-point game. 5:35 to go.
Another turnover. Yep.
Couple tough turnovers there at a tough time, but lots of time here. And the Athenians lead by 2, but you can feel that momentum swing.
Yes.
So you got to put a stop to it.
Need a stop, need a rebound here. Coach putting, looks like KP back to the scorer's bench here.
There's Ferguson on the drive, and he gets all in and but he's got the offensive board, and the putback is good. Ties the game at 46 with 4:46 to go. Covington takes a timeout.
Got a 30-second timeout here.
So, not a fan has left, I would say. Still a packed house here. I can't imagine they would leave. 4:46 to go, and the game's tied at 46 here in the 4th quarter. 5 team fouls on Crawfordsville, 4 on the Trojans.
7-2 scoring this quarter here. Obviously, those 2 turnovers were a little big. You can't give up big sixes, Yeah. It's not always the number of turnovers. I mean, I know people say, hey, we got to keep them down, which absolutely you do, but but sometimes you can live with dead ball turnovers because you can get your defense set. Obviously, those 2 turnovers right there were pick sixes for easy layups. So,
Great point.
hopefully this timeout will work like it did in the third quarter, and Crawford will calm down here and just execute.
Yeah. Caden Patton, Ethan McLemore, Alex Sadian, Cale Corsi, Drake Burris on the court for Crawfordsville. And a couple turnovers. Crawfordsville gets the ball back thanks to Burris and quick hands. Corsi able to knock down that drive. Well defended, actually. A lot of contact, but he knocked it down. 48-46. Go ahead.
That was a huge play by Burris there because, momentum obviously going against you, but got in that lane there and got the ball back for us.
Well, and it looked like it was going to be a Crawfordsville turnover, or it was. So, but they were able to get it right back. I love that effort. KP Garden. Oh, Phi is able to knock it down, though. A lot of contact on the other end. They're letting them play, though.
They are,
That ties it back up. Emack with a good move. He's driving all the way in. And turned over back to Sadian. There's a 3 from Burris. That's good. 3-pointer is good. 3:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 3-point Crawfordsville lead.
Again, another almost turnover.
True. They saved it back under our under our basket.
All right, let's see if we can get a stop here.
Phi driving in again.
They're attacking.
Wow.
Attacking KP.
They are.
Yep. Well, that was a tough shot, too.
It was a tough shot. Good job by McLemore getting out of trouble there, getting it to Sadian. Now back to the hands of McLemore to set up the offense. Approaching 3 minutes. 1-point Crawfordsville lead. Phi very physical on KP. Nice pass to McLemore. He gets hammered, I think, by Gerling. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That is the 5th team foul. Emack goes to the line for 2.
Emack's 1 of 2 so far tonight.
Two for 3. Tyson Ford back into the game, so 2:54 to go. Coach Pierce pulls the trigger. Ford in there with 4 fouls.
Hey, made it to under 3, so.
Emack, good on both. 3-point Crawfordsville lead. 4 now guarding Phi. Phi is probably going to drive. Tyson being careful to have those arms straight up. Don't be tempted to reach. Duncan Keller for 3 for the Trojans. That's off. Long rebound, though, back to Covington, chased down by Stein. Rolling across to Keller, who's going to drive, and that's offensive. Great job by McLemore, moving his feet. That's a good call.
I agree, yeah.
And I'm acknowledging I'm a biased Athenian fan, but he was in position, I thought, and you lower the shoulder.
Yeah,
that makes that pretty easy. Covington, good basketball team, though. I'm impressed the way they drive. And
I'm just wondering, did they have injuries that affected them over the last 6 games?
Well, I heard they did.
Okay, so.
Yeah, they're back at full strength tonight, but I've heard they were not at full strength during that run of, tough run for them.
Yeah, 6 losses, and they were scoring around 30 in those games. Turnover by Burris here. It's the Athenian 5th turnover in the quarter.
Yeah, he was hoping for a foul there, but then called, so it gives the ball back to Covington. On the drive, Ford's got to be careful. There's Gerling for 2. Nice dish. Whoa, dangerous pass, but it gets across to Corsi. I don't know how, but it did. Ford now handling. Sadian back to 4. A little strong on that. Oh, man. Ford takes out a cheerleader. I think she's okay. She's laughing. Going to be Crawford's. Or nope, it's going to be Covington basketball. some guys are winded out there right now. They played hard, and at this point, it has been a really physical game. There's a timeout.
Timeout, Covington.
That's taken by Covington. That'll be a full timeout so the guys can get a little breather and some water. 1 point, Crawfordsville lead, 1:23 to go. You change anything up defensively out of this timeout? It's Covington basketball.
I personally, I stick with man-to-man.
Yeah.
I mean, now the caveat to that is, they're drawing something up for man-to-man, so sometimes you might throw a change-up in there to try to mess them up here. The challenging thing is with Covington is, since they got 3 scores, sometimes the team has a score, right?
Yeah.
And that, so lock them down. But overall, just playing. So you got to stop the middle penetration, right? I feel like we're getting beat a lot in the lane on drives right now. So try to keep them in front of you, contest a shot, block out, get the rebound, and so
makes a ton of sense. It's a nail biter, just what we wanted. Well, let's say this, great game. We know which way we want it to end. On the court for Crawfordsville, Sadian, Corsi, Burris, Fuller, McLemore. Fuller out there with 4 fouls. Corsi and Emack with 3, I believe. Is that right?
yes.
Covington basketball, 5 will bring the ball up the court for the Trojans. See what Coach Morgan drew up out of the timeout. Duncan Keller, wide open 3, and he buries it. That's a 2-point lead now for Covington. Across to Sadian, to Corsi, gonna drive. They collapse on him, he gets hooked, and that's Gurling, fouls on Gurling, or officials are gonna communicate. Okay, it's on the floor. Nope. On the floor, but
they're giving 2.
so it's a 1-1. I think it's a 1-1, right?
He said 2.
Okay.
He said 2 here, so.
I think it's a 1-1. Oh, he's short on that one. Keller gets the rebound.
It was 1-1, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him throw it up at the last second. Covington ahead by 2, 50 seconds to go. Keller driving, kicks it. Covington doesn't have to score again at this point, so hopefully Athenians can create a turnover. Coach Morgan calls a timeout. Wise move, 41 seconds to go, 2-point Covington lead. Athenians actually have a foul to give, so you got to think about that, right?
Yes.
You foul quickly so that you can...
I would, yeah. You're definitely going to go to trap here. Jump ball would be yours. Possession arrow is yours. So, go hard for the ball. If they call you for foul, they call you for foul. Try to create a turnover here to, go score. So.
What year were you born, Craig?
89.
So.
4.
Nearly the... right. You were 4. You remember? You have a lot of great memories of this year.
No.
No, I do. Fantastic event tonight. Again, kudos to Crawfordsville Community School Corporation and Covington, their administration, their coaching staff for agreeing to do this. It's been a great night.
Covington has 1 timeout. Crawfordsville has 2 timeouts.
Keller with the basketball.
He's trying to foul
was trying to foul him. They were slow to call that, but still only 2 seconds ran off.
Immediate foul on number 10, McLemore, his 3rd. Team foul number 6.
That's a 6th foul, so they will be in the bonus next time. And the trips to the free throw line will begin. Keller's going to go to the line. Shoot the 1 and 1. That's a 4th foul on McLemore.
Keller is a 63% free throw shooter on the year, 41 of 65. First one is up and he misses.
There we go. 30 seconds to go here.
See if Coach lets him run a play here. Is he going to take a timeout?
Corsi for three, it's off. But rebound to 4, and there's going to be a foul under there.
So it'll be 1 and 1 here for Fuller.
Team foul number 8.
It's a team foul on Covington.
Shooting 1 and 1.
Ferguson's third. 24 seconds to go. Does not get the roll there. There's going to be a foul on Sadian on the rebound, which will put Keller back at the line.
Athenian foul on number 34, Sadian. His first. Team foul number 8. Keller at the line for the
18 fouls on the Athenians now, so Keller go to the line for the 1 and 1.
Got the roll.
He did get the roll. I did not think that was going to go in.
I did
thought it was going to roll off, but tough shot. Good on both. 4-point lead for the Trojans. Timeout, Coach Pierce. McLemore gets the ball across half court, be on the side when the Athenians do inbound. Full timeout.
So right here, we got 19 seconds, so you got to go quick. Don't necessarily have to go for a 3 here. You can go for a 2. Drive. You might go for a 3. It's all up on whatever your coach's philosophy is here. I think you just want to take a best shot. Sometimes your best shot is a 3. So try to score quick. Set your press up, and then probably immediately foul at that point again. Again, going for a steal here. So not done yet. Not done yet. So.
No. Kudos to the Trojans, knocking down some free throws there. Extending the lead. We had a couple shots at it, a couple good looks, a couple opportunities. You said we're not done yet. You say we've been in a good position with some good looks.
Both teams have 1 timeout here remaining. So far, Covington has outscored the Athenians 18-9. 18-9 this quarter.
Wow.
And I would contribute the biggest thing is 5. I have 5 turnovers, and I think I missed 1 or 2. So that's just.
I agree with you. Out of the timeout, Sadian, same lineup. Corsi, Sadian, McLemore, Fuller, and Burris. Quick bucket here. Fuller has it. He's driving all the way in. Nice job with the left hand. Quick score right there. Pretty easy.
Yep.
Still a 2-point lead for the Trojans, but great job converting without burning a lot of clock.
Yeah, it took off, 4 seconds, I believe.
Yes.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
So Athenians are now out of timeouts. Covington will have it out. Full court to go. They'll have the baseline that they can run. I would expect the Athenians come out in a man-to-man press. I mean, you could technically, if you wanted to do a little trap action, you could. But I would almost give a foul immediately and hope that they miss a free throw. Run it over 1 and 1. Covington has 1 timeout, so if they get in trouble, they could take 1. The big thing here is a lot of times you just don't want to get beat deep for an easy layup.
The sprinter that's going to head to the other end. I assume that guy's going to break loose. And there's the foul. They want that ball. They want Keller at the line. Fuller back in. He replaces.
Yeah, so Cardenas and.
Yeah, Cardenas and Sadian.
Yeah.
So Patton and Fuller, I think, come in.
So again, 1 and 1 here. Up and good.
Three-point lead. 11 seconds to go. 1 more shot for Keller. Long on that one. Rebound to McLemore. There's Patton for three. It's just off. There's a foul really quickly. Patton had a good look at that. Boy, I thought it was going to go. That's Burris' third foul, 10 on the Athenians. That'll be a 2-shot foul for Phi at the line.
All right, so.
Yeah. We're hoping this one does not go. Gives us a chance at a three. It's off. Horsey gets it. Three is off the front of the rim. Just off the front of the rim.
Yep.
Final score, Athenians 55, Trojans 58. Coming away with the win. And that was a nail-biter, hard-fought battle all the way through. Of course, he had an okay look, but not a great look because they got a hand in there. Really deflected a shot, so tough shot. Great game, hard-fought battle. Again, great crowd here. Thanks to the community. Thanks to the community for coming out. The Crawfordsville Fire Department. I see Mark Evans down there working that hard. Protection. I'm just looking out for us as we have to deal with any special causes tonight with the fire department. Again, kudos to the administrators, the principal, athletic director at Crawfordsville. So Dr. Bowling, Dr. Riker, Mr. Strickland, Mr. Barton, and then Sean Gerald and Nathan O'Neill for putting a bunch of this together. Thanks to Rhett Welliver, Justin Duggar, Craig Carroll. We've enjoyed calling this game tonight. Tough loss. Fantastic crowd. And just a great event. I hope we get to do this again.
Yeah.
So the Athenians head to sectional play now. They drew Monrovia in the Danville sectional. You know what night we play?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. So that'll be Tuesday night at Danville.
And we are the first game.
We will play first game against the Monrovia, I believe, Bulldogs. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that'll be it. We're going to have some stats for you here in just a second. Craig takes a minute to tabulate everything. He's super quick at it anyway. Can't say we're not disappointed. It's still a great game, but Athenians battled till the very end. Had a chance to tie it with a last-second shot, but just did not fall. And so Covington comes away with the win. Athenians fall to 8-14.
8-14.
I believe on the regular season. Again, we'll head to sectional play with just a great opportunity. You have some stats ready to go?
I do. So
fantastic.
Covington finishes the regular season at 12-12, so 500 for them. Keller with 19 points, 4, had 7. Ferguson with 12. Stein with 7. Slider with 1. Rourke's with 3. Gerling with 9. Again, 19 points in that fourth quarter for the Trojans there. So,
wow.
Again, the Athenians, they fall to 8-14. Cal Corsi leading scorer tonight with 21 points. Drake Burris had 13. Ethan McLemore, 5 points, all in the second half. Tyson Fuller had 7. Caden Patton, 2. Alex Sadian with 5. So, yeah, just another tough loss there. Again, going, all eyes now shift to, tomorrow shifts to sectional.
Yeah.
You got Monrovia. You got to take it one game at a time. Hopefully do well against them, beat Monrovia.
Yeah.
Then you get Tri-West on Friday night. And, at that point, who knows what happens. So hopefully we get a lot of Athenian fans out to Danville on Tuesday. Best of luck to all the county schools as they head into sectional action. But just like you have mentioned most of the night, just awesome job by Mr. Barton, school administration, these fans for embracing coming out tonight.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot had to walk pretty far to get here, but
That's a good point.
so everyone just one incredible night. Hope maybe down the road this might happen again. Who knows? But it was special tonight, and these kids, these fans will remember tonight forever. So that's what it's about.
Great environment, great event, and you said we were reminded by a couple of things that happened tonight that this is bigger than sports, and just some great planning again by those administrators and the people who put in the work to make this facility ready. We've thanked them numerous times. Kudos to Coach Morgan and the Covington Trojans. They battled all night long, came away victorious. But also just a willingness to do this, and JV, we don't want to miss that. Came with a big win, 57-25 against the JV Trojans. But what a great effort, and what a great game, really.
You want to win. I mean, at the end of the night, I'm sure Coach Pierce is probably disappointed that he couldn't deliver the final package there with the W, but just a great evening.
Look at all the pictures going on right now, Craig. We are looking out there, and basically the stands have emptied onto the basketball court, and it is full of people reminiscing about great games.
Yes.
And you're disappointed to lose. The team's really disappointed. Coach Pierce, no doubt about it, he's a competitor. He wanted this win in a big way. But they played hard. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They were, it did not fall our way tonight, but hopefully they go into sectional play. It's a new season.
Yeah. And go back real quick on tonight. How cool was it before the JV game? I mean, people obviously coming early to get seats and stuff. And, even 15, 20 minutes before, you could just hear conversations happening all around. And, coming off of, I know we're a couple years off of COVID now and stuff, and that all that stuff that happened. It's amazing what a game of basketball can do. How sports can bring people together and unite people, and just an awesome environment. And it's cool to see some other, even some North people. Saw Coach Turner from Southmont. He was here tonight. So I mean, just look, if you're a basketball person, you wanted to be here tonight.
That's right.
So, great job.
Absolutely, and that's the truth. We're kind of in some ways wrapping this up, but we're reminiscing a little bit and recognizing some people and some things that happened. And you're spot on. There is an opportunity that we might have a post-game interview where that's not confirmed. Sometimes that goes easier and is more clear when you are when it ends differently. So we're just not certain what's going to happen next. But what a great evening to recognize a couple guys who came up here and spent some time with us. Matt Petty, obviously one of Covington's great players, went on to a great career at Creighton, and then certainly now out in Colorado. But thankful for him coming up and sharing some memories and stories of when he played here, was an Indiana All-Star. And then to have Jeff Nelson come up and just share lots of memories of games that he's written about and games that he covered and he experienced. And Covington hasn't even gone into the locker room. Craig, they're out there on the court too. Their team just kind of talking with people, with their fans. That's a big win for them, of course, and so they're also hanging out, but it is full of Athenian fans. The gym floor is full of Athenian fans right now.
Yeah, Covington, they drew the bye. They're in the Delphi sectional, so they'll have the winner of Seeger and Carroll. So that shapes up to be a good game. But yeah, no, great. And I should have found this out, but I believe a local business also created the half-court emblem there.
I wondered about that.
So they had that installed this week. So
because I didn't think that was here in the Athena Center all that time.
So they got that made, put that in. So
well, that's pretty awesome.
Again, just a lot of a lot of planning went in, a lot of hard work, from everyone, city officials and school officials and all that. And again, just honor basketball in Crawfordsville High School, and again, just all the guys, all the people out just sharing stories, probably catching up, all those fun things.
Yeah, another special memory with this game. And again, the end didn't go the way we wanted, but it was another special memory. And again, just Crawfordsville and the importance of basketball to tie into this community. With Jeff Nelson reminded us, the first game played out of Massachusetts where it was invented. Dr. Naismith invented it. It was the first game played outside of Massachusetts was here in Crawfordsville, Indiana.
Yep.
And so that's pretty remarkable. Obviously, lots of great stories written. There'll be another great article from the guys that cover this, and good radio coverage tonight, but also just, Cody Emerson here and Jeff Nelson. Those guys are going to write about it. So it'll be a lot of fun to see that. We've had fun calling it.
Yeah.
Doing this broadcast tonight. Really enjoy that part of it. And
been one of the games when I was asked to do this, I've been excited to come be a part of this. So thank you for the great work that you do, for including me this year. Had a great time, so I just appreciate working with you in the few games that we had together.
Well, that feeling's mutual, and you do a great job, even when I give you 2 seconds to accumulate some stats, because I'm not sure what's happening next. So there have been lots of things, but outstanding work, and it's a pleasure to work with you. And yeah, I kind of wish we'd cover sectional games. They don't do that, or they actually make you pay a good amount. And we were able to do that several years ago, but we hosted the sectional. And so that made it easier for us to be able to cover those. It was my son's senior year, and I always appreciated that game. And I remember the sectional excitement. We lost that in overtime by 2 with a chance to go ahead. So just tournament time's always exciting and fun. How did your 8th grade finish up? What's coming up next year?
Yeah, so good group of kids coming up. We were a couple games under 500, but overall, just a good group. I know that we're still in basketball season, but can't wait for a baseball season. Also, look, I want our basketball to go win sectionals next week. I mean, that's the ultimate goal for them. So a lot of good things still to come,
Yes.
Yep,
you are absolutely right. Hey, Coach Tony Bean is going to join us here for a few minutes as we kind of wrap up tonight's broadcast of this. We're thankful for Coach Bean. He's a guy that coaches, I think I can say everything, but he certainly has been with the basketball program for a number of years, boys and girls, and youngins and everybody, and then obviously even longer than that with the baseball team. And he actually, well, he's my age, but he played in this gymnasium. So Coach Bean, I know that didn't end the way we wanted. JV played outstanding and had a great game. Varsity played a great game as well. Just didn't knock that last one down maybe, but great competitive fight. So share with us your thoughts and even some of your thoughts about playing here again.
Well, that'll probably end up being most of my thoughts. What an awesome atmosphere, obviously. So, we talk to teams, guys our age who do any coaching at all, talk to teams all the time about how it used to be.
Yeah.
And there's no question, and you can relate to this, Coach Welliver can relate to this, anyone near our age can relate to it. It sure felt like about 30 years ago.
It did. Pretty special.
The difference is, we'll tell our guys this later, it was like this every night.
That's right.
Every game. Home and road, by the way, not just the home games.
They don't know that, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You just packed it out. So.
Things are just different now. Yeah. But, great opportunity for us to get ready for the sectional.
Yeah.
It's one thing about the Covington game every year. It seems to be really close every year. Whether you win by 1 or lose by 1,
Yes.
It gets you ready for the sectional. The crowds are always awesome. So, we'll be ready, and we gotta, we're just gonna have to figure out how to get it rolling now.
That's right.
We've lost a few in a row, or whatever it is, 7 out of 8. I don't know exactly, But I don't think we're letting it be a habit. Like, I really don't. I think the guys believe they can win. I know the coaches believe we can win. But we want to guard from that you get too discouraged.
Yeah, that's right.
We brought it tonight. We played hard. The last couple of games, we questioned a little bit our heart, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Some guys we didn't think brought it to the level they needed to. And tonight we didn't have that problem. So, if we can do that, then we'll be okay on Tuesday,
Absolutely.
I think.
And it's a new season, right? I know you got to convince them, and you'd like to have that momentum of a win going into it. But you know what? We competed hard, and as you said, what a great environment tonight.
Yeah.
Do you have the record of the JV team by chance off the top of your head?
You know what? I should have.
It's
OP
really
probably
good.
Tells me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess a little bit,
Okay.
but it's around 15-7.
Okay.
Something
I
like
thought
that.
so, yep.
What a great game, and I know Mason. I kept wanting to say. I always call him Kale. I can't help it.
I know.
Mason McCarty had a heck of a game, obviously, but all the guys played well, and
Yes.
the student section there yelling for Derek Goebel to come into the game, and
What a great thing you guys did. We give kudos to the coaching staff on allowing a senior manager to jump in there and play. And then I can't believe you scripted up. He's going to hit one for his first shot. That was outstanding. And then knocked down a three.
for him to be eligible to play, he's had to practice with us for the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
So he literally has been working on our plays, working on all of our drills, and really getting better. It was awesome to see him hit the first shot.
Yes.
And I thought Covington handled that very well, by the way, and their coaching staff.
Yeah, kudos to them.
But the second one, Maddox Ball gets a offensive rebound and kicks it out to Derek for a three and just rips it. So
that's pretty special.
Awesome.
Bigger than the sport of basketball, right? Bigger than wins and losses, right there. And special night.
Absolutely. Now, normally on the Covington night, we try to have our seniors come up here and talk. With everything that's going on, we have to get bused back to the school. We didn't want to make Randy wait all night for us to get ready. So I do want to mention we've already had senior night, of course, but Cale Corsi, obviously a starter and one of our top players. Most people know a lot about him, but we're going to miss him when he leaves, and that's obvious. But I really want to focus on Zeke Cardenas and Caden Underwood and Blake Pruitt. Those three seniors, I'm sure in their minds didn't get the playing time they expected. They were role players. That's exactly what each of the three of them were all year, and I do think they knew their role. And I'm just telling you, they accepted what their role was and brought it every single day in practice. So whether you see them on Friday night for a lot of minutes or not, the value is there. We wouldn't be able to keep winning ball games if we don't have guys like that in the program all year long with great attitudes and awesome families. And so good stuff out of those four. We'll miss them. But
great.
Hopefully we're going to play a few more, though.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We hope we bring the crowd out next week on Tuesday. First game at Danville.
Yep.
We play against Monrovia. So congratulations, Coach, on another. I mean, you guys are just pouring into these guys. Great job coaching them up.
Hey, appreciate it, and for the whole coaching staff and all the guys. They don't maybe look at it a lot right now, but thanks for what you guys do.
We love
You're
it.
making memories by doing these YouTube broadcasts. So.
Yeah, well, thanks for your
I'm
time.
going to go hook up with about 15 guys that I haven't seen in years.
There you go.
And enjoy it. So.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for jumping up here.
Yep.
All right, and thanks, Athenian fans. We are now moving on to our next interview. The guy who holds the scoring record in this gymnasium and in the new high school gymnasium, Matt McCarty, joining us right now. Matt, thank you for jumping up here for a few minutes with us, and we appreciate that. Jeff Nelson recapped a bunch of your memories, but could you share, the environment tonight, because Petty did that a little bit, just talked about just the experience even coming back after the amount of time. So it's been 30 years since the game's been played in here, a high school basketball game like that. And then maybe your favorite experience in this gym, if you can remember that, buddy.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about in the last 2 days, and,
I'll bet.
and a lot tonight. I'm starting to lose my voice. So,
Okay.
No, I tell you, the environment, and that's what I've told a lot of people that I've spoken to. You can't beat this place, and the memories. I mean, and this just brought back a ton of emotions. And I snuck in last night actually because the boys, my son Mason being a freshman, so they practiced here last night. And I just happened to come over and sneak in during that practice just because I haven't been in here for 20 plus years. And I'll tell you, Coach Williamson had to let me in. And but as I was walking up to the front doors just last night for practice, I mean the goosebumps came over me, and I got emotional.
Yes.
Because this place meant so much to me. I mean, this environment, the history of Crawfordsville basketball, all the great teams, all the great players that have played in this gym, and even when I played here, I mean, I took that serious.
Yes.
And respected the gym and the history that this place has. And so coming back last night was really emotional, and then coming in tonight, wow. It was amazing. It was amazing in a JV game.
Yes.
And when's the last time you've seen a JV game packed?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just awesome.
It has to be most fans. Those guys that played in front of this year. Yes, maybe a JV game ever.
Right.
The number of people that came early to watch that.
Absolutely, and it was just. It's such a loud gym anyways because you're on top of each other's. I mean, even for the varsity kids, I can guarantee you they've not played in an atmosphere like tonight.
And it's what it was like, though, right? That's what we said with Coach Bean, but you're right, and what you remember. I will say this. Let's not miss this in the JV game. I know you're a team guy, and it's about the team, but Mason didn't have a bad game, did he?
No, he played good.
He did.
He played good. At moments he's
pretty fun.
Yeah, he's fun, and that is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. That kind of took me over, my emotions too. Just watching my son play in this gym, and you look at this gym, and my dad played here, my brother played here, my father-in-law Phil Myers, and my brother
all over there.
Yeah, all in the Basketball Hall of Fame in Gwinnett County. Those guys all played in this gym along with me, and then Mason gets a chance to come in here and be a part of me. That's
really special.
That's awesome. It's
special.
That's
really special.
There's not too many old gyms left.
No, that's right.
And so I just hope he and the rest of the team, I hope the Covington kids, I just hope they embrace this moment. And I hope this is something they'll remember for a long time.
Well, that's really good advice, and they'll definitely remember it when they listen to you as they kind of relive this, because it was a special night.
Yes.
We've given a lot of credit to the Crawfordsville administrators and people getting this thing ready to go, Mr. Barton, Mr. Gerald, Mr. O'Neill, those guys that came and did the work, and then all the people I'm missing right now.
Absolutely,
custodial staff.
I mean, who knows who I'll put,
Right.
And I'll tell you, and I told my dad and some people today, I've not seen this much excitement for a sporting event in Montgomery County, and I don't know, I can't tell you the last time, I don't know. I mean, this has gotten, I saw people here tonight that I bet they haven't been to a Crawfordsville basketball game since '93 when this place closed.
I would agree.
And they're here.
Yeah.
I mean, it just brought back so many people, so much excitement, and it's just special. I don't know what else to say.
No, you're right, and that sums it up really well. Just a lot of good guys back here. Are they wanting you to get a picture in the middle of that down there?
That's some old guys down there.
Is it? Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm that old yet, Brian.
No, you're definitely not. You're the young one of that.
I'm getting close, though.
They're pointing up here, but So, just your favorite
memories.
Yeah, favorite one that
I got so many memories. I mean, I think the one that's,
I think they want you.
I don't know. I think they're Coach Lester, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I think those guys were all together at one time.
That's probably true.
Yeah. But so many memories. I mean, I think the one that to this day I think that everybody talks about is the '93 season against Central Catholic here, my junior year. 10 for 10 from the 3-point line. And I didn't realize this until all this kind of happened. Jeff Nelson called Wednesday night to do an interview, and I guess it's to this day a state record.
Yes. He talked about that. That's his favorite memory in this gym. So how cool is that?
So the individual stuff. I mean, that game gets brought up all the time.
Sure.
But I told Jeff, my interview Wednesday, and I've told people this a lot throughout the years. I mean, we talk about this whole gym. I mean, one of my best memories was my sophomore year, and we were average. I mean, nothing great, but it's before class basketball,
right?
And Lafayette Jeff, they had Coach Hamill, a well-renowned coach at Lafayette Jeff. His son Richie, were Indiana All-Stars on that team, and Greg Schornstein ended up being an Indiana All-Star, was on that team. And they had another kid that went on to play at Manchester. He's a point guard. I can see him, but I just cannot remember his name. He's very good. But anyways, they were ranked second in the state that year. Again, not class basketball.
Right.
I can remember they came here. My sophomore year, it was a game here, and I can remember they pulled up right out here, driving it. And back then, it wasn't common for a big fancy bus, but they pull in their Bronco, red and black bus. They get out and they got their warm-up gear on. They're ranked second in the state of Indiana. They come walking in like they own this place, and this place was, they brought a crowd too. They traveled well. Right. There was a ton of black and red in here, and they walk in like they own the place, and we come out and had probably no business being in that game, but we come out and we led. Almost the entire game until the fourth quarter, and we kind of fell apart a little bit in the fourth quarter, and they beat us by, around 7, 8, 9 points or something like that. But this place was electric. You take tonight, multiply it. Yeah. This place was just electric. And they went on that year to play in the state championship game. They got beat. They were runner-up in the state that year, and we took them to the wire in this old gym. Right. And that was and that's probably one of the best games I've been a part of. In this gym. That was just a phenomenal experience.
Just a great part about sports too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and we got beat, but still, it's one of the games I remember. You know,
it. It's fantastic. Well, thank you, Matt, for coming up here and sharing that, and pretty special night. And it is special that you, dad, brother, and then your son getting to play here. Yeah. I think that's pretty special. So we do appreciate you.
Well, thanks for having us. Thank you for what you guys do. That's awesome.
We enjoy it.
Yeah, good.
It's a blessing.
Hopefully we can come back and do this again.
That's what I said too. We're planting seeds for that for sure.
Absolutely.
And
maybe the Sugar Creek Classic here.
There you go.
Hey, we just stagger some games. We'll be fine.
Lobby for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So best of luck next week. I know you're going in and watching your son compete for a sectional title next week. So we hopefully fans get out to Danville. That's right. Got a great draw.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you and
thanks, Brian.
Wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Athenian fans, thanks for jumping in here tonight, and we are going to wrap up this broadcast now, and just are thankful for Rhett Welliver getting all this set up for us, and again the Crawfordsville staff for their help, for Justin Duggar on the computer all night long, for my partner Craig Carroll, and we are appreciative of all of you out there, and it was a great night here. Thanks.